Hi there! In this video, I'll talk about ways gay dads can come out of the closet and into the world with greater authenticity, compassion, and aliveness. Whether you're considering coming out to your children, partner, or someone else, the process can be both liberating and anxiety-provoking. While there's no one right way of coming out for all situations, there are some general ways to do so more thoughtfully. Coming out of the closet about your sexual orientation or gender identity and into greater authenticity and self-compassion has many risks and benefits. Watch this video if you'd like to learn more about the stages of coming out and why it's important to do so. In review, coming out to ourselves as LGBTQ often involves a process of questioning our sexual orientation or gender identity, increased tolerance of what we find, acceptance of ourselves, confidence in this aspect of who we are, and hopefully, eventually, living a more authentic and compassionate life. Others we come out to may also experience some version of this and have their own process of coming to terms with this new information, albeit in a still homophobic and heterosexist world. We need to be kind to ourselves and to those we come out to. First, it's useful to consider the context. Are you coming out to your spouse, partner, who has a different sexual orientation or gender identity from you? Are you coming out to your child? Are you coming out to your family of origin, friends, or coworkers? Next, I'd like to cover the general tips for coming out to children. In general, it's never too early or too late to come out to your children. Kids understand love. Research shows that many, if not most children after the fact would have preferred to know as soon as possible. That is, as soon as both or all parents are supportive enough to focus on their children's processing of this information. Many children are super observant and have a felt sense of what's going on, so coming out can actually validate their reality and intuition, even if they need more time to figure out what it means for them. Like for teenagers, how their peers might perceive it. Most importantly, parents need to prioritize the needs, understanding, and feelings of their children over their own needs at this time. Coming out with love, compassion, and understanding needs to be the focus. If you're in a mixed orientation relationship and your spouse or partner is supportive enough, it can be helpful to have them involved in coming out and to reinforce that you both will still continue to love your children and be there for them regardless of whether you decide to stay in the relationship or not. Coming out in a safe and private place is also important for children, where they can feel free to express themselves and ask questions without fear of being overheard or seen. Allow plenty of time for processing and questions if they want that time. Know that it's not just a single event, but can be an ongoing conversation that occurs as your child integrates this information and as things change for the both of you over time. Respect their process of coming out as children of a gay dad in their own time with their friends and peers. It can also be a good idea to have appropriate reading material and resources for your child to help them understand what this actually means for them. A great resource is Collage, COLAGE.org, originally Children of Lesbians and Gays Everywhere, where in 1997 they also included work with children of bisexual and transgender parents as well. Reinforce that you love them no matter what and consistently prove this by being there for them. Next are some general tips for coming out to your straight partner or spouse in a mixed orientation relationship. It can be very complicated telling a straight partner that you're gay, bisexual, asexual, or some other sexual orientation besides heterosexual. A lot depends on how long you've been in a relationship with them, how long you've known about your sexual orientation, and if you've followed through with your monogamous commitment to them, if that's what your relationship agreement was in the first place. It's important to be honest with your partner if you've had sexual experiences outside the relationship, even if you were careful, so that they can better take care of their health and make decisions about how they want to handle things moving forward. An apology is often in order for yourself and for them. Not for being gay, but for not sharing this sooner and recognizing the impact of this news on them and your relationship with them. Even though there's plenty of reasons why you haven't come out to date, focus on taking responsibility for not sharing this information sooner, and don't focus on your partner's faults as you come out. Your decision to come out has taken a certain amount of time for you to get comfortable with, and it makes sense that, again, in a homophobic and heterosexist world, it's going to take time for them to integrate this information as well, especially because they've spent some amount of time, love, and energy in a relationship with you based on a certain kind of understanding of what that was. As relieving, exciting, and hopeful as the coming out process can be for gay dads, it's also important to empathize that this is often not the case when you first tell a straight spouse or children. Coming out changes family dynamics in ways that are unforeseeable, even if eventually this is for the better. As we all know, change is stressful, even positive change. While there may be no perfect time or place to come out, choose a time and place that's respectful of your partner's comfort level, and the sooner the better. All this to say that it's important to be kind, caring, and considerate of your straight partners when coming out to them. You can let them know about resources like the Straight Spouse Network at www.straightspouse.org. Finally, be kind and compassionate with yourself as you go through the process of coming out to loved ones. Take good care.